I think it's recording. You know, the really funny thing is, right, I've done this for how long now, and I still don't know how to set up a YouTube video. So I was thinking of what I could do, and I figured that since we all have so much free time, I would talk to you about a few films that I think people should watch to remind themselves that, you know, life is not as bad as it may seem right now. So yeah, here are 5 wholesome films that you should watch, I guess. The first movie I want to talk about is We Bought a Zoo. It stars Matt Damon playing a single father who takes his family out to the countryside and buys a remote and abandoned zoo, I guess. And I find it a really fascinating film. It's based on a true story as well. In between moments of drama, they'll kind of bookmark it with sections where they'll just have, you know, beautiful landscapes and, you know, animals. And the film also has a really amazing soundtrack that I cannot recommend enough. It's really beautiful. I like all the characters. I like Elle Fanning and the kind of family that they meet at the zoo and the kind of conflict that they come into. It's a lot of fun. It's also not too heavy of a film, so you'll definitely find it a breezy and enjoyable watch. That's pretty much the only reason why I decided to make this film, this video, because I wanted to recommend We Bought a Zoo. It's a really good movie. Highly recommended. Go watch it. The other movie I also wanted to talk about was The Big Sick, which I watched like just last weekend. I've been waiting for an opportunity to watch it recently because it's a really good film. It's got Kumail Nanjiani. It's also based on a true story, and it talks about his experiences dating someone outside of his family's culture. And it's a really interesting take on families and different traditional generations and how we all grow up differently. It also deals with these heavier themes of, you know, family and love and that kind of stuff, and how that can possibly affect the person when those two kind of conflict. Highly recommend it. The cast is great. Kumail Nanjiani is great. I don't know how this video is going to turn out. I feel like it's going to be really low energy. What else is on my list? Oh yeah, Hunt for the Wilderpeople, which is a Taika Waititi film. Hunt for the Wilderpeople is a really good New Zealand film. Taika Waititi has a really strong and individual sense of humor, and you see that a lot with his films as well. And I think the best representation of that is Hunt for the Wilderpeople, which stars Sam Neill and Julian Dennison, who are great. They have great chemistry together, and it's kind of like this play on a buddy cop comedy, but not a buddy cop as well. It features great landscapes of New Zealand. It's a really good film to watch on your day off, I guess. But yeah, Hunt for the Wilderpeople, highly recommend it. It's a really good film. I also wanted to recommend a few other films that are a bit more mainstream. Mainly stuff like Pixar films, because I was going to recommend Up, but everyone knows Up. Everyone's seen Up. But what I would recommend is probably Coco, which I don't hear enough people talking about. I know it's a really good film. I know a lot of people love it, but I feel like it's getting underrepresented in terms of what Disney has recently put out, you know, amongst Moana and Frozen and that kind of stuff. Coco is amazing. It's really good. It's beautifully animated. The songs are fantastic. The way it delves into South American culture and beliefs is also something that they deal with very well. And if you haven't seen Coco, definitely check it out. It's such a beautiful exploration of death and family traditions as well. Disney, and by extension, especially Pixar, do a really good job of dealing with heavier topics. And you see that with like Incredibles and Up and maybe not so much Cars. The next film I wanted to talk about was My Neighbor Totoro, which is a Studio Ghibli film, also known for other films like Spirited Away. And Spirited Away is a really good film, but I feel like it's too similar to Coco to be on this list. I personally really like My Neighbor Totoro. I think it's a really good film. I think it's very fun. It's very lighthearted. And Studio Ghibli generally has a really good selection of films that they've recently put up on Netflix as well. So you can definitely catch up on all of their great films. Yeah, so if this video turns out really well, it's because of editing, because this video has been nothing more than about 15 minutes of me just mumbling my way through things, and I really hope I can fix it in post. I haven't done one of these in so long, but I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you watch something that I've recommended in this list. If not, let me know if you have another film that you'd like to recommend that is a bit more wholesome and lighthearted, because I think we need a bit of that nowadays. So much is going on in the news, in everyone's personal lives, that's a bit heavy-handed, and we kind of need that escapism from films or TV shows. This is such a mess. I'm so sorry. Yeah, cool. Alright, I'll see you guys soon.